in the education and you as educators world round. Before we dive into today's program, let me briefly introduce Jakes Embassy Limited to you. I'm a proud organizer of this webinar. Please, let's just say hi to Jakes Embassy. Let's give them their flowers. They hosted today's program. Jakes Embassy is a registered travel company in Nigeria and in the UK with an outstanding reputation for excellence over the years. We have successfully helped more than 900 Nigerians and Africans realizing their dreams, relocating to the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, and beyond. And we are still helping furthermore. So from visa consultations to traveling plans, Jakes Embassy has been consistently guiding individuals, families together, brighter futures. Today's event is another reflection of our commitment to empowering people, knowledge and tools that need to succeed in the UK. So in a wrap, we'll be introducing our presenters, but I will encourage you to be as interactive as possible. We will have time for questions and answers, discussions, so do not hesitate to engage. But before we get started in, let us break the ice. We're having two great speakers today, a male and a female. So I'm happy to introduce one of our presenters to you today. Meet Mrs. Adebukola Feyisetan, a trailblazing educator, born and raised in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Nigeria. Adebukola's passion for teaching was ignited at a very young age, inspired by her mother's dedication to the profession, despite her mother's initial reservations about her career path. Adebukola remains resolute, driven by her desire to make a meaningful impact on young minds. Her journey is a testament of perseverance, commitment to excellence. She holds multiple degrees, including the bachelor degree in English language from prestigious Olabisi Onabanjo University in Nigeria, master's degree from Covenant University, master's degree in technology, that's in English, and in technology enhanced learning from University of Huddersfield, UK. Adebukola pursuits, educational and academical pursuits are far from over. She's set to embark on a PhD program in education research and management, further solidifying her position as a leading expert in her field. With our unwavering dedication to education and our unrelenting passion for teaching, Adebukola Feyisetan is an inspiration to educators and students all over the world. In not too much word, please help me welcome Mrs. Adebukola Feyisetan. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome, ma. You can have the floor, ma. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome, ma. A round of applause for her. Please show her your flowers. Show her your flowers. Show her your flowers. Show her your flowers. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Welcome, ma.
Please let's unmute the mic. Speak out to them. Please let's make this interactive as she comes on board with her presentation for today. Are you there, ma? Are you there? Hello, Mrs. Adebukola, are you there? Mrs. Adebukola, are you there? Okay. Momentarily, as she's trying to come in, please, Mrs. Adebukola, if you're there, please signify so we can just kick off immediately. So momentarily, where she's just here, we had a video of our Jakes Limited concerning teachers training. Can the video play so that we can have insight of what we're about to speak about today and what we think and the invaluable insight of how our transitioning, how we can explore the transitioning process in the teaching profession in the UK. Please, Jake's Embassy, can you play the video? Let's see.
All right, sir. I'll do that right away.
Are you ready to switch careers or relocate to the UK? This is a golden opportunity for Nigerians and African professionals, particularly teachers or those considering a career switch to relocate to the UK for a rewarding career. Jake's Embassy Limited offers expert support for this life-changing journey. Why teach in the UK? Earn what you deserve daily. UK teachers earn 130 to 200 pounds per day, achieving weekly salaries equivalent to months of income in many African countries. Gain international recognition. Teaching in the UK enhances your resume and opens global career opportunities. Access world-class resources. Enjoy state-of-the-art teaching tools, professional development, and mentorship opportunities. Relocation made easy. Many schools offer visa sponsorship, flight tickets, relocation allowances, and help in bringing family members who will benefit free healthcare and education. Explore the world. Living in the UK offers easy travel across Europe. Family-friendly work-life balance. Teachers enjoy generous paid holidays and a supportive family environment. Why trust Jake's Embassy Limited? Proven success with over 876 Africans relocated abroad. Expert guidance on job placements, visa applications, and documentations. Direct partnership with top UK schools. Affordable and transparent services tailored to individual needs. Who can apply? Trained teachers in any subject. Professionals ready to switch careers. Fresh graduates or experienced individuals with a passion for teaching. What are you waiting for? Act now. The UK urgently needs skilled teachers. This is your chance to secure a high-paying job, a brighter future, and a better quality of life for you and your family. Let Jake's Embassy Limited make it happen. Contact Jake's Embassy Limited today. Email info@jakesembassy.com. Phone +234 808 3739 204 or +44 777 41 54 001. Visit us at our office in Nigeria and the United Kingdom. Let us take care of the entire process while you prepare for the exciting journey ahead. Imagine earning daily what you currently earn in a month, experiencing world-class professional growth and providing for your family with a brighter future.
Wow, such an inspiring and a explosive opportunity for us as educators, as teachers in Nigeria, in Africa, to transit during this transition time in the UK. It's such an opportunity for us. So I would like us to grab these opportunities. Please grab these opportunities as much as it may be. Grab it, it comes now. Grab these opportunities. Sorry, I'm trying to check. We are saying, oh, we are all muted. Please, the host, please help us see to it. Somebody is saying we are all muted. Can the host check? Please help us check, help us check, help us check. Well, just like we say, let not.
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Sir, please let us raise our hand if you can hear me loud and clear, and you can unmute your mic. Please, let's confirm.
Yes, sir, I can hear you loud and clear.
Please, we want as many part of responses. Can you unmute your mic? Please unmute your mic. Let's hear responses. Okay, I can see some shows of hands showing that their mic can be unmuted and they can hear me loud and clear. But our presenter, one of our facilitator today, still having issues with her unmuting. But I guess that will be resolved soon. So as I was saying, this is an opportunity for us to grab as educators. This is an opportunity for us to grab as educators, an opportunity for us since we are in a transition mode. We're in a transition mode in the UK and everything seems to be transitioning. We need to explore. Then Jake's Travels and Toys are here to make your transitioning, to make your exploration as simple and stress-free because we are the passport to the world. Mrs. Adebukola, welcome. I can see you just joined now. Thank you very much, ma'am. Can you unmute your mic? So, ma, can you share your screen, ma? Can you share your screen, ma? You should try again, ma. You should be able to share your screen, ma. Mr. Adebukola. You should try again. You should be able to share your screen. Wow. I can see some messages coming in. I notice I can't unmute. Please, can you help me check Jake Embassy, what's going on? She's around? Yes, she's around. But she says she's muted. Okay, can you unmute your mic? Mrs. Adebukola, can you unmute your mic? Some mics are on. Can you... Mr. Adebukola, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't understand what she's saying, that some mic is muted, because I can see people are still unmuted now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Please unmute your mic, please. Mr. Adebukola, I can see you. Your mic is...
I can hear you. Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we
David,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear
Now.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Apologies for the technical glitch. So good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good. It's really exciting to be here to speak with fellow educators like me. Let me just quickly share my screen with you so you see what I've got for you today. Sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen, please? Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes,
Can
we
you see
can see
my
your
screen,
screen, ma'am.
people?
Yes, we can see
No,
your
we
screen.
can't see your screen. We can't see your
Brilliant.
screen.
So I've been you
We
cannot
can't see
see.
your screen. We can't see your screen.
She's presenting currently. She's presenting. She's presenting. You should be able to see her screen. She's presenting currently.
So
Hello.
Okay. Can you see it? Do you have option to see my screen now? Okay.
I can see your screen.
Yes,
It seems some people cannot see my screen.
okay. I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. So I've been duly introduced by the anchor for today. My name is Adebukun Feichiton. You can call me Buki for short. And I've got over 15 years teaching experience. I started teaching in 2006. And I've taught at primary, well, briefly at the primary school, secondary for several years, then eventually um, resigned as a lecturer at the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro before relocating to the United Kingdom for further studies. Um, at the moment, I'm a teaching fellow at the International Business School of the University of Lincoln. I am an associate fellow of the Advanced HE, and God willing, I will be taking the next bold step in some months to come. Why are we here? We are here because we want to unpack opportunities that are available in the United Kingdom for teachers. Um, no doubt. Growing up, we were told that the gains, teachers' gains, are in heaven. That you know, whatever you do here, you're just doing it for humanity's sake. When you get to heaven, you get, you know, rewarded for it. But no, that's not the case any longer. The gains of teachers are here on earth. Like, we are here to enjoy, you know, while we are molding lives, are also meant to benefit, enjoy the benefit during. And that is why we are telling you that in the United Kingdom as teachers, you have an opportunity to earn so well, you know, if you choose to come to the United Kingdom to teach. As a teacher in the United Kingdom, you can earn as 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 much as 28,000 to 43, depending on your qualification, your experience, and other factors, you know, that comes with it. And so, but then it's on you. It's it's on you. It's not just about the fact that you get paid high salaries, you know. You also have the opportunity to be to develop. That is one thing that is held in high esteem here: professional development. You keep learning, you keep relearning, unlearning, relearning, you know, over and over again, such that you the system wants you to be relevant, you know, in this century as a teacher. The system doesn't want you to be obsolete, so they keep updating your knowledge base, because they know that if you have the knowledge base, you have the opportunity to give to them, to the system back. Of course, you also have the opportunity to enjoy arrays of culture. You know, we have a diverse culture around here. So you have the opportunity to live and work in a multicultural environment where you get to meet with different people all over the world. You have a strong support network. You know, you get the opportunity to meet with people that you wouldn't have dreamt of actually meeting, you know, if you had not taken the bold step to come teach in the United Kingdom. So, you know, while I was lecturing in Nigeria as a polytechnic lecturer, I think I was earning like 120, 140. I'm not very sure, because I transitioned from a state secondary school where I started with, I think, 15,000 as a government. You know, there was this scheme that my state, Ogun State government, did that time. You know, university graduates were paid, I think, 15,000 per month. And eventually, after doing that for 6 months, I got the permanent position where I think I was to be earning 40,000, but I can't remember getting the first salary before moving to a federal school as a secondary school teacher in the federal staff college, federal police staff college, Ilaro. And after like 7, 8 years, I moved to the lecturing, you know, you know, a higher form of teaching, kind of. So let's just say that I was earning 120 per month in Nigeria. When I moved down to the UK, and despite not having the qualified teaching status, the QTS, my experience, my wealth of experience was recognized and appreciated. And I was being paid 160 per day. When I say per day, it's not 8 to 8. No, from say 7:30 before 8 till 3:34, I was earning 160 per day. With the current exchange rate, you can do the math and you realize that that's a whole lot of money. I was earning much more than, per day. I was earning what I would have earned in 3 months, thereabouts, I was earning in one day. So that tells you that there are a lot of opportunities in teaching in the United Kingdom. So for a teacher, on day-to-day activity of a teacher, it's not actually the same. Every other day presents itself with different opportunities. But a typical day for a teacher begins around 4:45, where you arrive at work, you prepare for lessons. Of course, if there are staff meetings, you get to meet, to get updated with information, that the authority wants to pass across to you or to the student. We also do, what they call, the marking a register kind of thing, and normal lecture starts at 8:30, around 8:30, depends on the school and, the arrangement that they have, um, break time at 12:30, lesson continues until 3 o'clock, and that's it. For the teacher. Of course, there are other things that you might want to do in between, but then they are all documented. They are all what's the word now? They are all the word eludes me. They are all captured in your workloading. Yes, they are all workloaded for you. So every minute spent on the job is accounted for, is workloaded for. So remember I mentioned that when I got my teaching role here after my studies, I did not have QTS. I still do not have my QTS, but then my experience counted for me and I got into a private school. So, but then there are qualifications that you need as a teacher to work in the UK. And but then you need to decide where you want to work. Do you want to work with, the age group? Do you want to work with small children? Do you want to work with, which key stage do you want to work with? Is it the secondary school students, or you need to, or is it further education, colleges? You need to decide what you want, and could be based on your experience too. So we need to break this down for you on, what it looks like. Generally, for you to teach in the UK, you require a bachelor's degree in any subject area. Any subject area, could be mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, anything. Could be French, could be German, could be any degree at all. You also need to have what is it called now, to become a certified teacher in the UK. You have to have what they call the QTS. So you need to work towards that. If you really want to be certified, you want to be recognized, you want to be paid what is actually due you. So I got to know that if I had the QTS recognition, I could, or when I was earning 160 per day, I could actually be earning much more than that, up to double that price for that amount, if I had the QTS. But without having QTS, imagine earning that much. So it is believed that for you to get your QTS, you need, we've mentioned requirements, needed: undergraduate degree. You could also have a PGD, or what we call the postgraduate diploma, providing, with a course provider. Could be PGC in the United Kingdom. So it's either you come through the first route, which is the first one where you now apply for QTS, or the second route will have been you applying for a postgraduate studies PGC. It's a 1-year course from which is provided by an accredited institution. Then you could also be through apprenticeship or assessment-based route. So it's on you to decide on the route that you desire to acquire your QTS. So there are other additional requirements that are expected of you as a teacher in the UK. For example, you need to be DBS checked. DBS checked. So there is what we call the DBS. DBS, it's more like ensuring that you have a clean criminal record. That is very mandatory. Before I got my teaching job, I was asked to present my police report from Nigeria. This can be, gotten from Nigeria. So you might also need to present your English proficiency certificate. So you must, this is just because they want to be sure that you can actually communicate and write in, that you are proficient in English language. There could be also some other professional skills that might be required of you, to be a teacher. So let's first talk about the first route, which is the application for QTS in the UK. Like I said earlier on, the QTS, the United Kingdom allows teachers who are trained outside the country to get accredited in to get accredited in the to get certification, kind of thing, kind of integrating them. And that tells you that your ability, your experience is accounted for, is recognized as teachers wherever. In this case, as Nigerian teachers, we are appreciated for our skills. We are appreciated for what we have, but we just don't know our worth. As Nigerians, we feel that, oh, up there, they are way up, above us. But in actual fact, they look to us and they recognize our skill sets, and they are willing to tap and, take those skill sets from, and pay for it. So for you to get this qualification, the QTS qualification in England, like I mentioned, you have to undergo or tick some boxes. So there are some countries that that are qualified, eligible to get QTS outside the UK. Nigeria is one of them, South Africa and the likes. You must hold a teaching qualification that meets the teaching standard in England. And you wonder, how will they know whether your teaching qualification meets the standard? So there is what we call the conversion. So I think the body that does the conversion is called ENIC. They convert your certificates, and you present your what is it called now? Your transcripts. They assess your grades and put it side by side the UK grade, and they award you the level that is due you, based on your certificate. So you must have completed a teacher training in your country. Besides you having a first degree, you demonstrate your proficiency and must have worked as a teacher, must have taught as a teacher on a full-time basis for not less than 1 year after qualifying for your teaching. Say after your first your degree, you've worked as a teacher in a school, that qualifies you. So how can you check your eligibility if you are qualified? Of course, I mentioned already that Nigeria is one of the countries eligible to be awarded QTS because we are part of the Commonwealth, remember? So you also need to engage with the government website to know more about all, details of what requirements of you. But then you need to prepare your documents. When we're talking about documents, your passport is very, very important. A lot of people will, desire to come teach, but they do not have a passport. I think you should actually start from that point. If you don't have a passport, this is the time for you to get your passport ready and also get your transcript, get your certificate. I doubt if they will accept your statement of results. No, it is your certificate that is important at this point. Get your proficiency. You wouldn't know if you are required to present IELTS results or it will be waived for you. So the good thing is get your IELTS result ready, so that when they ask for it, you have it. Let it not be that it will be the only thing that will, stop you from, progressing. And also you need to provide the details of your teacher training. So these and other things are, the document that you need. You need to create an account on the Teaching Regulation Agency portal. So it's on this portal that you start the journey. You submit your application, you wait for the approval, you patiently do this, and when they're satisfied with your documents, all the documents required of you, then you are awarded QTS. However, I realized that English language was removed from the list of subjects that's the list of subject that they really want. They want maths, they want English, they want, they want maths, they want sciences. But on that very night that they were going to open up this opportunity, English language was, removed from it. I mean, it's just very logical. How can it be heard? How will they explain that you want to come teach them their language? But then do not be deceived. They actually need you. So that means that you have to go through another route and not this route, to get your QTS if you are a teacher of English. So the benefits of QTS are immense. Remember, I told you that without QTS, I was earning 160. With QTS, I would have earned much more than that. But then much more, it enables you to teach in most states maintained schools in England. And it allows you to, it showcases you and enables you to meet the teaching standard in England. And you well know that English education is held in high esteem all over the world. So this is an opportunity for you. It opens you up for job opportunities, not just in the UK, but all over the world. And that is a fact. If you have the QTS, you are recognized. The fact that the United Kingdom can recognize your ability, you are like the bride, that everybody desires. So if you're unsure about your eligibility, you're not sure if what you have is going to be is good enough, why not just contact Jake's Embassy? They will surely give you guidance on how to go about it. So the second route is the assessment only QTS route. So the assessment based route is a pathway for experienced teachers, to obtain QTS, as we're talking about, without undergoing additional teacher training. So without undergoing additional teacher training, that is the key word. Without you undergoing additional training, it's just for teachers with experience, and what they're interested in is focusing on, assessing your teaching ability, kind of. So a kind of it's a process where you are observed. Yes, assessed is the word. So here is what it means to get this QTS assessment. It's for you if you're an experienced teacher in the UK or overseas. You can actually be a teacher in the UK without getting QTS. So you can also use this if you're in the UK already. But if you're outside of the country, like you're in Nigeria at the moment, this can also be useful to you. So it's expected that you will be employed. Presently, you are teaching in a secondary or primary school, and you are actively teaching. It's not like you do teaching on a part-time basis. You've got no, it's not like you've got a part-time teaching role and you just want to use that opportunity. No, they want to be sure that you are teaching in a school, because they will have a request for documents from your present teaching teaching role. So those who have not undergone formal teacher training in the United Kingdom also do this. We have a lot of people that did not actually study education but found themselves teaching. So if they want recognition and to be recognized for their abilities, they also go through this route. So what are the eligibility? To get this, like I mentioned, you need a substantial teaching experience. You need an evidence of meeting teacher standard. you must show you meet all the A teacher standard. You can plan lessons, you can manage behaviors, you can adapt your teaching to different circumstances and context, and you also have the qualifications to, it could be a GCSE math, and it's important that you must have you must have math and English at GCSE level. That's for primary school teachers, and you know why that's the case. And also GCSE in science, because it's expected that you be teaching maths and English, so you must have the basics, much more than the basics anyway. So you must be working in a school. If you are in the UK, you must have the right to work in the UK. But for those who are international teachers, you will need a visa or work permit, unless you hold a valid status like a pre-settled status. But if you do not hold any of this, you need a visa to work in the UK. So how do you apply for QTS? Just like the first step, you need to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria. If you're unsure, you can contact the QTS providers, for guidance. You need to choose an approved AO provider. So there are accredited providers authorized to assess your teaching. So these, we have examples like University of Sunderland, Test Institutes, and so on and so forth. So they are the ones that you enroll with, and they will conduct the assessment, having gone through their process. So the cost for doing this is typically between 2,000 and 5,000. And then you prepare your evidence for portfolio. They want to see your portfolio to see that in actual fact you are indeed a teacher, and your portfolio will include your lesson plan, your observation reports from people that seen you teach, professional development record. They want to see that you keep learning and you're interested in updating your knowledge base. So, and when you're able to present or take all of those together, you submit your application, your school validates it. So that is where the school comes in. They validate that of a truth you actually teach, and they have observed, you've sent assessors to observe your teaching. Then when the assessment period comes, I think the assessment lasts for like 12 weeks or less, and you need to demonstrate teaching standard while doing all of this. And at the end, if they're satisfied, then the QTS in the United Kingdom. The third route is applying for teacher training in the United Kingdom. This people say is quite expensive, but then there are other opportunities, there are ways around it. So for you to check your eligibility, remember I mentioned conversion. You need to check you need to weigh your certificates, like your degree, using ENIC. So ENIC kind of checks and weighs your certificate and says that, okay, this is equivalent to this in the United Kingdom. So you also need to choose your teacher training program. Who do you want to run it with? There are different providers. You need to identify one of the universities that provide this service. If it is an undergraduate route you want to go through, it takes 3 to 4 years. And if it is the postgraduate route, that means you already have a degree. So it could be PGCE. It should be a 1-year course that provides teaching, training, and leads to QTS. Not all of them lead to QTS. So you need to be very careful on your choice. Make sure you go for the ones that lead to QTS. So for the purpose of those of you on the call, I recommend exploring university-led courses, as they are more suitable for individuals applying from outside of the UK, because you're an international person. It's important that you be smart about it. You have the opportunity to train at a world-class institution, and you get that international flavor in your teacher training when you go choose this. And at the end, when you have completed your training, remember it was mentioned earlier that it comes with the award of QTS, so a professional qualification that is valued globally. It will allow you to apply for teaching jobs, not just in England, but all over. So you can reach Jake's Embassy. They are sure plug to guide you on securing admission in the United Kingdom and help with the processes. So the third is applying for international qualified teacher status, iQTS, as a Nigerian or African teacher. I have a lot of friends who went this route. They got their iQTS while teaching in Nigeria. So most of them teach in international schools, you know. So international teachers teacher status is a UK is also recognized in the United Kingdom. I mean, they're the ones awarding it anyways. So to gain qualified teacher status before relocating to the UK, so you might want to just have it done in Nigeria before coming, you know, get your training, you know, using this route. So we've been talking about QTS, iQTS. What then is iQTS? iQTS is International Teaching Qualification. It was introduced by the Department of Education, and it's all the same standard as QTS. It allows teachers to teach in England and other countries, you know, that recognizes QTS. So it is fully online. So you don't need to step out of the comfort of your country to get iQTS done. So you don't need to travel. You don't need all the other troubles that comes with relocating. So for you to get this done, you need to check your eligibility. I've mentioned IELTS and the likes. You need access to a local school. You will need a school in Nigeria where you can complete your teaching placement. You know, the way we did what is it called now when we're on is it placement when teachers are sent teaching practice? That's it. Exactly, that's it. Thank you. So teaching practice, you know, you need a school where possibly a school that you teach where you can be observed. You want to observe you as you do it. So you need to choose an approved iQTS provider. You know, we have a list of them. There are not too many of them, but then there are a list of the, you know, these are some of them: University of Sunderland, Birmingham, TS, Stanford Global, and these are the costs and what the courses present or what they tend to give to you. So okay, this is a continuation. London Metropolitan, University of Warwick, they also do, but then you need to see which one is going to be preferable. I mean, it could be, there are factors that you might want to consider. You might want to, it's important that you read the program overview to be sure that it's something that, you know, you desire for yourself. So it's important that you go to the website of these institutions, you know, to get updated figure as regards the cost. And Jake's Embassy can also be of help, you know, to navigate the visa admission process and the visa process when you eventually secure the admission. So now you need to gather the required documents. You need to prepare the following document for your application. I've mentioned it: your degree, your IELTS evidence that you are proficient in English language, teaching experience. Of course, you need to package yourself. Like oftentimes we do not project ourselves enough as teachers, as Nigerian teachers. You need to ensure that you project yourself. You pack all those things that you think are irrelevant and those things you do day by day. You need to identify them, use the necessary adjectives to capture, you know, you don't just use your CVs, you don't just package your CVs in a way that, you know, just you use adjectives, you lay your hands on CVs used in the UK and see how they package themselves. Those things that you feel are irrelevant, you know, you use adjectives to capture them in a way that you are attractive to whoever is reading your CV. You also need to write your personal statement. You don't need to stress yourself about your personal statement. Just tell us your story. You love teaching, that is why you are doing it. Tell us your story. It will be a motivation to somebody, and it could tick the box for whoever is, you know, reading it to get you into the institution. Then the school will send you the school where you teach will give you a letter of confirmation telling the provider that they are willing to support you, you know, in your teaching placement, meaning that you can use their school for your teaching placements. So next, you apply for your iQTS, fill the form, upload the documents, and oftentimes the provider may request that they want to have an interview with you. They want to see you, like yes, we've read about your CV, we've seen your CV, you've told us what you can do, but let us hear you, you know. So you need to prepare for this part, because some people have so beautiful CVs, but they really are not very eloquent. So that's the point, that they judge your eloquence and your proficiency in the English language. So you need to complete the iQTS course, and the theoretical aspect, then the practical, which is the supervised one. Oftentimes it's might be done might be online, but whatever it is, just write, make sure you are ready for the process. You need to do the assessment, and usually the program lasts between 9 to 12 months to complete. So to gain full QTS after iQTS, when you complete the course, you are awarded iQTS. But if you plan to teach in England, you can then apply for full qualified teacher status through the UK Department of Education without any form of additional training. Remember, you have the training already. So the choice is yours to pick which one you want to go for. But the cost for iQTS in Nigeria, it ranges between £6,000 and £10,000. And that's the breakdown. If you are not doing the IELTS, you might want to do, you might have to do the IELTS, the English proficiency. Then you need to get your document verified with ENIC. Then there are also some other miscellaneous that might come with it. So please note that some employers or schools may sponsor part of your tuition. So there are opportunities, there are funding opportunities. So if you go to the website of these schools, they could have opportunities for funding. Could be a part, could be full, could be anything. So please, I'm sure Jake's Embassy will be of use in this regard, helping you to navigate and identifying institutions with such opportunities. So if you need guidance with all of this, please consult Jake Embassy. This process, is one that is worthwhile. You might think it is, oh, can I actually achieve this? But what is your motivation? Let your motivation drive you. Let your motivation drive you. It is worth the stress eventually. So as I conclude this webinar, it would be nice to tell you that your dreams, I don't know what your dreams are, they are legit, they are valid. Your teaching skills, gone are the days that teachers are seen as the never do well, you don't earn. Gone are the days. Now you earn so much as teachers. Personally, I have done great things as a teacher. I can't imagine doing anything different from teaching. I've moved from secondary classroom to the university. It even presents me with more ample time. But then, even as a university teacher right now, I still teach in secondary schools on a part-time basis. I have the flexibility. Beyond the classroom, it presents you the opportunity to build a brighter future for yourself, for your family. You get opportunity to travel the world. And that's, I'm not hyping it. When you are here, it is easier for you to get to any other part of the world. I'm not capping it at all. So the journey may require courage, it requires sacrifice, but the reward, both professionally and personal reward, are worth it. Your talent, your dedication are boundless. The UK awaits you, and they await the impact that you are about to make in the lives of their citizens. So take that bold step. The future is yours to seize. I'm happy. It's a pleasure sharing with you today.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the informative and engaging webinar section. It was really an informative one. It was engaging. And I would, as the anchor, I would start from do the math, the monetary part, which was quite interesting to me. As a Nigerian, I said it is a common phrase. So it is safe to say that teachers' gain are not only in heaven, but also on earth.
Yes.
So as I was so glad to hear that, because I also heard that when growing up. So I know that, okay, not in heaven only, but on earth. So that was a formative section. We really appreciate your effort in investing in preparing and delivering the slides. The slides were good. Thank you for this. Your passion for teaching is very evident. And thank you for significant. I really learned a lot. And others in the group, please, let's raise our flowers. So she really did a good job. Please raise your flowers. A round of applause for Mrs. Adebukola Feiketo. Thank you so much, man. We have some few questions coming in, which we would like to take part of the questions. Thank you. Let's raise our hands for her, flowers to her. She was so evident with her teaching. Thank you, ma. So we have some few questions coming in. We'll take some of our few questions. Number one question what came in was, who can apply for QTS? And if I recollect, QTS is Qualified Teachers Status. It is certification required to teach in most state-maintained schools in England and in Wales. So as a UK trained teacher, you need to apply. If you just completed your PGCE, postgraduate certificate in education at the UK, you can apply. As an international trained teacher, you can apply. If you are trained in India, in Canada, in Australia, you can apply. And as an experienced teacher, just like she said, you can apply. 2 years in a UK school without formal teaching education, you may apply using the assessment-only route. And international students who like to come to study in the UK, you can apply.
Okay, you don't feel on mic.
Okay, I can hear you, ma. I can hear you. So we have another question again coming in. Somebody mentioned in the message part, please drop your questions in the message in the chat room. We will read from there. So somebody was mentioning also the monetary part also. I was happy to hear from that kind of man. He said the tuition part. I was happy to hear that too, because I know money drives it. You want to come to the UK to be part of a QTS, you want to qualify, you want to do all this, the money is involved. They said there's a teacher salary-based structure in the UK because of your location, experience, the type of school, starting for a newly non-QTS, that's newly qualified teachers, NQTS. And as of 2024, the starting salary in England, in London, is 30,000 euros per year, 30,000 pounds. And in London, depending on your zone and location, the inner London, the outer London, the fringe areas. And I can see in the message chat also, said, what qualification do I need to apply? Yes, our facilitator has said it earlier on. Our facilitator has said it earlier on. You need a degree equivalent to a UK's bachelor's degree to apply. For example, you need a BE education, a bachelor's education degree, either from Nigeria, either from Ghana, either from Liberia, and either from Gambia. It will be assessed for an equivalent in NARIC, NIREC, or ENIC, ENIC. And those of us that have GCSEs is also equivalent for us to learn maths grade 4 above all teachers, English grade 4 above all teachers. And for sciences, if you are missing GSEs, you can take an equivalent test provided through our equivalent testings or a star equivalent. So, take the last question. I introduce the next facilitator. The last question I have on my end here, the question is, can a Nigerian teacher got a teaching job apply for visa with his family? This one was even well written in the message group. Can a Nigerian teacher that got a teaching job offer apply for the visa with his family? Yes. That's why we are JX Embassy. We are here helping you to do that. Yes, a Nigerian teacher who has obtained QTS, Qualified Teacher Status, and secured a teaching job in the UK can apply for a visa to bring their family members. Yes, here's an overview of the process. A visa type that is called a skilled worker visa. Teachers in the UK are often eligible for the skilled worker visa if their role meets the requirement, minimum threshold for their salary, and sponsorship, just like Mrs. Adebukola Feisheton said, sponsorship from the approved UK school. You can be sponsored from the school. And visas allows primary applicants to bring their dependents to the UK. He said, who can be considered as a dependent? Your spouse, your partner, children under 18 years. I can see some hands. Stage for me. Hello, I can see some mouths raising. Drop your message in the chat room as we engage more and in further webinar, as I'll be introducing our next facilitator. I'll be introducing our next facilitator, Mr. Adewuyi. Is a six, if I'm correct, yeah. Mr. Kenny, yes, Mr. Kenny Adeyemi. Is it Adeyemi or Adewuyi? Sorry, are you there, sir? A seasoned educator and mentor, spanning over 27 years of teaching experience in Nigeria and in the UK. He's a graduate of chemical engineering from Ladoke Akitola University of Technology, who transitioned into teaching to make an impactful and meaningful to life. He has completed his QTS, he has completed his PGC at his university. He is currently teaching physics and engineering with the Department of Education, bringing innovative techniques and passion to STEMs to students, K3, KS3, and KS4, and KS5. Please help me welcome Mr. Kenny Adewuyi to the floor. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. A round of applause for him. A round of applause for him. Please raise your flowers as we expect to hear a whole lot of inspiring and insightful section from Mr. Kenny.
Thank you very
Adewuyi.
much. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to be here to speak to everyone on your drive or desire to teach in England. All right. I will be spending time with you to answer your questions. But before I would can you hear me, please?
That's over 10 years. Okay.
Can you hear me?
You can go ahead, sir. You can go ahead, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Not to be sure.
We can.
So, I want to first appreciate the first speaker, Mrs. Adebukola, who has done justice to educating you on how to teach or how you can get or access teaching jobs in England. So I will just be trying to do a kind of a summary of what Mrs. Adebukola has done. I can see some questions along that line. Then I will be ready to add some information to what she has done. As I've been introduced, my name is Kehinde Adeyemi Adewuyi. But if you call me that name here, they don't know me by that. I think we're having some noise background from Scott Igbinovia something. So I'm popularly known as Mr. Kenny. I'm a teacher of science and engineering, and I have well over 27 years of teaching experience. Just like the moderator has said, I read chemical engineering and then did a postgraduate diploma in environmental chemistry in Nigeria before I came to the United Kingdom, and then did postgraduate certificate in education, PGCE. All right. So, but I know there are questions, but I will just go straight. Number one, how is teaching in England? How does it look like? You've been well told about it. Number one is that you must be a very friendly person. It's different from what we are in Nigeria. A Nigerian teacher is an authoritative teacher, but an England teacher is a servant teacher. So you need to understand that. I won't say more than that. If you don't want to put yourself in trouble. All right. It's not just sufficient to desire coming to be a teacher. All right. So if you are not ready to humble yourself, forget who you are, all right, and be like a child, you can teach in England. That's very, very important. So many of our African brothers are in trouble today in teaching jobs in England because the cultural difference is wide. In Nigeria, no student there call you a fool, no student there say shut up, no student there say you are stupid, but in England, your student can do that to you. They can shut down your lessons. They may not allow you to teach. All right, and you cannot shout, you cannot beat, you cannot slap, you must not touch. There are laws. So there are laws, there are policies that guides the life of a teacher in England. So that's talking about meeting teaching standards in England. So every school that wants to employ you will look at how well are you meeting or conforming to the teaching standard in England. That is very, very important. Just like has been said, teaching jobs in England, we start averagely at, it's not that simple. I will explain why I said it's not that simple. So though you start your daily job at 8:20, thereabout, and then you run it down to 3:45. But if you are a full-time teacher like myself, teaching with the government, England, in the English government, I'm a permanent teacher with the English government here under the Department for Education. You can run home just like you will do in Nigeria. 3 o'clock is 3 o'clock. Ogata, I must go home. You can do that because you got a lot of administrative work to do. Because if you don't do those administrative work, if a court case arises, you've got nothing to defend yourself. So you must be a very diligent and hardworking person. Please, my dear brothers and sisters, don't just look at the game. Don't just look at the money. Look at the commitment, first of all. Ask yourself, am I ready to pay the price? Am I ready to pay this commitment? Am I ready? It's not just sufficient to say I want to jackpot or something. But first thing is the commitment. Are you ready to give it what it takes? All right. So average time you leave school, if you must do a thorough job, average time you leave school will be around 5 o'clock, sometimes 6 o'clock. If you have parent evening, you can leave up to 7 p.m. All right. And then normally in England, you have to drive home. You drive, maybe you drive 30 minutes, 1 hour, and all of that. I drive 1 hour. Okay. So then you get home, you have to prepare for your lesson the following day. You've got a lot of printing stuff to do. You've got to prepare your slides. You've got to add videos, you know, make sure your teachings, pedagogy is up to date. You must be able to conform to the learning policies. Each schools have their learning policies, all right? It may vary. Sometimes it's the same. Coupled with the behavior. So sometimes we say prepare, but don't over-prepare. Prepare, don't over-prepare, because you may prepare for your lesson. Okay, I want to go and teach energy changes or respiration in my lesson. Okay? And you have done a well-good slide, prepare well-good slides for your lessons. And then you get there, the kids doesn't allow you to teach. What do you want to do? You must get alternatives way of teaching the children. So it's about the flexibility. That's very, very important. So the average time you spend preparing for one lesson can be, you can spend up to 2 hours preparing for one lesson. And you teach up to 6 lessons per day, aside days where you will have your PPA. All right, so we need to understand that it's not simple. It's about hard work. You have to be hard working. You have to give it what it takes. The average time, I've been teaching here for well over 7 to 8 years, and the average time that you spend, you know, preparing for a lesson, you can spend up to 2 hours preparing for one lesson. And you have to prepare like 6 lessons. differently if you are somebody like me that teach across the key stages classes. All right, if you are a science teacher, know this. If you are a science teacher, if you are a science teacher in England, there's nothing like physics, chemistry, biology teacher. At your initial stage of absorption into teaching job, you may not be given the privilege of going into your area of specialism. So a science teacher must be able to teach physics, must be able to teach chemistry, you must be able to teach biology, most especially if you are teaching at key stage 3 level. Key stage 3 level is like teaching JSS 1 to JSS 3 in Nigeria. Key stage 4 is like teaching year 10, that is SS1 to SS2. That's your key stage 4. They write their GCSE, which is equivalent of WAEC, at SS2. All right. Most of what we teach, or some of what we teach our students in SS3 Nigeria, is incorporated into their key stage 5, which is the A levels. All right. Or we call it post-16 education. All right. Now, as a teacher, you can be unqualified and you can be qualified. Please take note of that. So don't condemn yourself to say, oh, I didn't study education in the university. For instance, I didn't study education in the university. I read chemical engineering. All right, my postgraduate study is not even in education, so environmental chemistry. All right, so now I came into England, you can start this way as a cover supervisor or as a supply teacher. Sometimes people mix the two, but it's not the same. Who is a cover supervisor? A cover supervisor is the one that is covering for the absence of teachers in a particular school. So you register with an agency. The agency dictates where you go on a daily basis. They can ask you to go to school A tomorrow, today, or post it to school B tomorrow, depending on where there are absences in their schools. All right, and sometimes there can be a maternity cover. Maybe a particular teacher in a school is on maternity leave or paternity leave, and then they want a cover teacher, somebody that is going to, stand in for that teacher pending the time he or she resumes back to work. And it can be on a permanent job. Maybe, okay, in this particular field, we don't have a teacher. We need somebody that can take our children through a period of a term or a year. Don't forget, in Nigeria, we run 3 terms. In England, we run 6 terms in a year. All right. So a cover teacher it doesn't have to do with your area of specialization. You can be asked to cover music. You can be asked to cover drama. You can be asked to cover English. You can be asked to cover mathematics. You can be asked to cover a science lesson. Don't worry. You don't need to know drama. You don't need to be a specialist in science. They just need you to do what the teacher has left for you to be done for their kids. Okay? Then for supply teaching, they will say, okay, we don't have sufficient math teacher in this school, or our mathematics teacher just suddenly resigned. We need somebody that can teach mathematics. You are not really a government employed teacher, all right? But they want you to come and teach mathematics to their children. So you are a supply teacher in mathematics, a supply teacher in science, and all of that. Okay? So that is a supply teacher. I started as a cover supervisor, and then I want to add to this previous to what the former speaker said. You have a lot to gain. I'll be discussing both the benefits and the challenges as I speak to you. Okay. I started as a cover supervisor in England, and the least I started with was £140 per day. Okay. Then because of my years of teaching experience, over 27 years of teaching experience, and the impact, that's why I said be like a child. So in my area, in the county where I am, I don't know any school in this county that, if you look at Lincolnshire, Cambridgeshire side, I don't know of any school. We have thousands of schools, but I don't, hundreds of schools, let me say. hundreds of schools, but I don't know of any secondary school in these two counties that will not know my name, Mr. Kenny, because of the way I've impacted their kids and the way I relate with their kids. All right. So that is very, very important. Communication, friendliness, relationship, but well-defined with boundaries so that you don't put yourself in trouble. Very, very important. So at another time, if time permits, we'll be looking into that because that is very, very important. All right. So then I move up to 150 per day. I move up to 180. Even then, I've not gotten my QTS. Even then, I've not gotten my QTS. 180 pounds per day. It depends on your proficiency. How are you proficient on the job? Very, very important. Are you demonstrating excellence? Then at a time, when I got my QTS, I move up to 200, I move up to 250 per day. If you want to, if I move back to agency work now, if I said, okay, today I'm stepping down from being a permanent teacher, I want to go back to agency, I can collect less than 280 or 300 pounds per day based on my present status. Okay, so that as unqualified teacher, you can work as unqualified teacher no matter the background of your certificate. And then you can work as a qualified teacher. A qualified teacher is he or she that has obtained his or her QTS, qualified teacher status. Okay, and then, or it doesn't have to be your QTS. If you have your PGCE, okay, if you have your PGCE, you are a qualified teacher. You don't have to go for the QTS. Okay, so most Nigerians use the PGCE to come into England. So by applying to university to study PGCE, a postgraduate certificate in education, if you contact Jake's Embassy, they can help you on that very well. Okay, so, and qualified, unqualified, that is one. Now you want to come in, the next thing is the opportunities. Mostly for most of you that are in science and mathematics field, you are the most suitable now. England is in desperate need of science, qualified science teachers, qualified mathematics teachers, qualified engineering teachers, very, very much now. And the more you go, I remember there was a time that I've never taught engineering in Nigeria, but when I came here, the key stage 5, they needed an engineering teacher in product and design. I read chemical engineering, I did product and design in Nigeria. So I quickly meet up with my friends. I said, okay, I need this help, can you help me? So I started teaching the A-levels, product design. And I presented about 13 students for the first A-level exams that I did, and they came out with a very, very distinctive results. So the school were impressed, and that was how I was incorporated as a key stage 5 teacher. Normally, it doesn't come cheap that way. Okay, and that one brought a lot of feathers to my cap. That when schools now see my CV online, they are calling me, they are putting prices on me. Okay, if you come to our school, we will pay you this, we will do you this. And that is what got me my QTS. So, and I put that, I attach that to whoever I'm working for. That, okay, if I'm to work with you, can you give me my QTS? I'm qualified for assessment route. If you are to be qualified for assessment route, you might have spent 15 years plus in your teaching career. I have spent over 20 years, so they look at it. They don't need you to go for full-time QTS, because full-time QTS, while you're having your QTS, you will not be paid for 1 year. You will not be paid, okay? And you will still be the one paying for your course. But the other ground, on the other way, if you are here and you apply to Department of Education, every necessary things you need to do that, Jake's Embassy have it. I've already forwarded it to them. They will help you on that. Okay, if you're already here, they will give you grants. For instance, as a physics teacher, I was given a grant of 27,000 pounds. I'm not repaying it, it's just free for me. And then let me give you another tips of iceberg. If you are in the field of mathematics, field of physics, engineering, physics, engineering, design and technology, and then chemistry, they do give us a good money every year. Every September, I do take £9,000 for free. It's not loan. It's just to encourage me to stay on the job, like a bonus. All right. Some are collecting up to £10,000. All right. I know a Nigerian guy who is teaching mathematics. He's taking up to 12,000 every year. Every September, they pay us that money. So once you have your QTS, that settles it. But you can have your PGCE. Okay. So if you want to come through your university education, Jake's Embassy can help you to get a master's degree in research. If you get a master's degree in research here, maybe your spouse, your wife can go. I always encourage let your wife do the education. So if your wife do the education or your fiancé do the education, the master's, then you as a teacher can come. All right. Oh, I think our meeting. No. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Something on my computer came in. So, as I was saying, so you refer to Jake's Embassy. They are going to give you a good time to help you get a master's degree in research or a PGC. If you need further information, because this period cannot afford me based on my experience and being that I'm into the job full time. This time cannot, or this platform cannot afford me the opportunity to tell you everything. There is a lot. If you want to call the Department of Education in England, we have the access. We can give you the number. You can call them from Nigeria. All right. But Jake's Embassy have all of that with them. Okay. You need to book a private section. If you book a private section with them, they are going to give you the time. Possibly they might link me up to speak to you, or they speak to you by themselves. All right. So let's go to qualification. I've told you the most needed, so that somebody is not looking at, I read Yoruba, or I'm a graduate of French, I'm a graduate of social studies. They won't take you. Mostly what they need is science and mathematics teachers. They need English teachers. But if you are to come to England to teach English, then you will do a course. There is a course, very simple course. It doesn't take much time, all right? Because even people that will speak English better than as a Nigerian, I mean, those Indians, Eastern Europeans, they do that course, they pass, and they are teaching English in England today. So Jake's Embassy is going to put you through all of that. Okay, then the other thing is you don't need IELTS. You don't need IELTS, all right? Why you don't need IELTS is this: you will do a certificate check through your NARIC or ENIC. They now call them ENIC. Once you do ENIC is just want to see that all your subjects are taught in English language. That's what they want to see. It's not about, I have first class, I have second class, I have third class. You can be a third class graduate and they will rate your certificate. They just want to see whether you have that education in English. And once that one is ascertained that you are schooled in an English-speaking country, then that's the first step, just like the previous speaker said. How do I get this job? There are so many job platforms. I don't know if Mr. Peter will allow me to state those job platforms here. I will state them to Jake's Embassy that will give you certificate of sponsorship.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir. In fact, after this section, after your section, we have an ebook that we've prepared for them that has over 50 of such employers, as in those employers of labor that grant certificate of sponsorship. So please go ahead, sir.
All right. So you can apply by yourself. All right. So if you go through test job, TES, test jobs, you can see when you put your CV, but you must be careful in putting your CV. Just like the previous speaker said, if you need any help on your CV, you can contact Jake's Embassy. They will help you on, framing your CV and making it an acceptable one. Very, very important. These people, they are intelligent people. They want to see your intelligence. Once you are not able to display intelligence, they look at you as a trash and they throw you away. All right. So it's not like Nigeria that you will beg, or God, please help me. No. They don't do that here. Okay. So now, test jobs, you can apply. Then you can now, the most popular one is My New Term. My New Term. If you put your certificate on My New Term, you just need to do the filter. You can do filter like a maths teacher, a new sponsorship, an area of England where you want to live. All right, maybe you want to live in London area, you want to live in East Midland, West Midland, Cambridgeshire, Lincolnshire, any area you want to live. So the filter is there. You put all of that into it. Okay, then he will search and tell you. For instance, there was a Nigerian about 3 weeks, no, that's about 3 months ago, who has done her iQTS, and she was looking for a job. And then they contacted me for her. And then I said, okay, register your CV in My New Term, register the CV in New Term. Then I got a school, all right, in Bedford that's looking for a mathematics teacher, and they are ready to give sponsorship. And then she applied, like play. The space of 3 months, she's here. She started in September. All right. So that's just that. So My New Term, then the broader one that is under the umbrella of the government is the Department for Education. I sent that link to Jake's Embassy. If you book a private time with them, they can take you through that. Now, how do I assess my QTS? Your QTS is a passport to the world, just like the other speaker have said. For instance, I'm in England. If I decide to leave England today, I can go to Canada. I can go to Dubai. I can go to Qatar. I can go to Saudi Arabia. I can go to Malaysia. I can go to America as a teacher with my QTS, with a very good pay. And there's a Nigerian that got her QTS. We were qualified at the same time. And then she decided to move out of England. Just an island within England, Isle of Man, that's what they call that island. And the person, as I'm talking to you, when she moved to that island, the island offered her husband, because she told the school that I can't live in England without my husband. And they found an HR job that almost times 3 of the salary they offered the wife. All right. The wife, as I'm talking to you, after tax is taking home like £5,000. All right, which normally is not. It's not. If before you can reach that pay scale as a teacher in England, you will work. You will have spent years. All right. So that one. It's also there. That opportunity is there. How can you assess your QTS? You can do iQTS. I will find out and let Jake's Embassy know. You can contact them. All right. I know before now it is done free. It is done free. iQTS. You don't take money. But I can't authoritatively say that now. The person I said got a maths role in Bedford did an iQTS free, but there are eligibility, just like the former speaker said. And what are the eligibility? You must be a practicing practicing teacher in Nigeria, and then you must be registered with TRCN, all right, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. You must be registered with them, and then you must be a graduate of education. Okay, so if you fulfill all those eligibility, they will give you your ID. They will register you for your iQTS, and when you complete that, that gives you a opportunity. That gives an opportunity to apply for jobs in England. Okay. Then you can, if for instance you come through masters in research with your spouse here in England, then you can start your QTS. If you are a science teacher, math teacher, engineering teacher, you don't have problem. Some of you, let me give you an hint. Some of you that studied engineering or some of you that studied science, I will advise you, go and get that subject, introductory technology, that we do in Nigeria, that they call basic technology now, that they have put together with science. Go and study, they call it design and technology here. Go and study design and technology very well. When they saw that I read engineering, so they brought me into it. They trained me in carpentry. I am level 3 certified in using some sophisticated equipment in carpentry and welding. All right, so that qualifies me to teach design and technology, because design and technology teachers are almost out in number in England. They are in high and serious demand with IP. That is what I am enjoying. Normally, when you finish your QTS here, they will move into what we call ECT, early career teacher. So as early career teacher, your pay is not really too fantastic, all right? But when I started as an unqualified teacher, my pay after tax was around £2,400 a month when I stopped working for agency. See, they both have pros and cons. When I was working for agency, I think I made much more money. I was working at 200 per day. That's 1,000 per week, and then 4,000 per month. All right, but after tax, I'm going to get like maybe 2,800, 3,000. You know, tax in England can be crazy. All right, so after that one, when I joined to be a permanent teacher, so they have to put me on a paying scale. So I started moving on with the paying scale. Then instead of making me to go through ECT, they didn't make me to go through ECT. They put me on MP2 direct. And as MP2 teacher, you can get up to between 3,000 to 3,500 pounds in a month. All right. So that is very, very important. The former speaker have said you are going to be trained, you are going to have a lot of CPDs that's going to develop you. So you can get your QTS here. But I've told you, if you don't want to delay your stay in Nigeria, you can come to a master's degree program here, and then you start working as a teacher. Working as a teacher here, it pays. Let me give you, I was running with Jake's Embassy, I was running my schedule with them. I work as a teacher, all right, fine. And then I got my second job too. My second job, I get over £2,000 with my second job. So if you are not lazy, you can go in the night, go and work somewhere in the night for a few hours. From there, my shirt, my suit, everything I need to prepare for school the following day is already in my car. So I dress up from there, go to work in the morning, come back to the house around 5 p.m., sleep about 3-4 hours, move back again to my night job. And I know I have my weekend to sleep. Saturday, Sunday is sleep. So as a sojourner, you must be focused. You are not coming to England to put yourself into luxurious life. You are coming into England to, to make something. So if you are hardworking, I assure you, coming to England through teaching role and you do some other petty jobs with it, if you work hard, you can make up to 5,000, 6,000 pounds in a month. It's realizable. I'm not telling you fables. I'm telling you something practical that I'm doing and that I'm still doing. All right. So that's, but the real thing is excellence. As I've said, you don't need to change your accent. Don't let anybody push you to changing your accent. You don't need to change your accent. Your accent definitely must not be that bad. Must not be that bad. I have not, how many years now, I have not changed my accent, and I'm a teacher. I'm teaching key stage 3, key stage 4, key stage 5. All right. And I've not changed my accent. All that Oyibo people want to see is your brilliance. All right. So sometimes when those kids want to tell me, we can't hear you, I said, I can't hear you. Just like you can't hear me, I can't hear you. So the two of us need to be at the same page. You take it slowly, then I take it slowly, then we hear each other. And it has been working. It has been working. While you are improving, don't let anybody force you into what you are not. Be who you are. They don't, one thing that these Oyibo people hate, they hate you camouflaging. They hate you being what you want to be who you are not. They hate it. Be who you are. Just be who you are. That's what they like. I do tell people, if you like, speak with your teeth. It doesn't change the color of your skin to the color of their skin. Yoruba people will say, no matter how much you try to be like them, they still know that you are not part of them. So that is just very, very important.
So true, sir. you are absolutely correct, sir.
Great.
And as I want to be rounding up, because I know you have a lot of questions. Okay. Another way you can be a teacher in England is when you come either by masters, if you are not coming as getting certificate of sponsor. I've told you how you can get certificate of sponsorship, all right, through teaching. And then if you are not coming through that and you want to come through masters and you still want to be a teacher, there is something we call teaching assistant, TA. You can write it down, teaching assistant, TA. Though the money they will pay a TA per day is not too much, maybe around £100. But don't worry, minimum wage is going to increase by April. So as many of you that will join us in England in 2025, you will meet the increased wage. So your pay will be better. All right. So you work as a TA, teaching assistant. What does teaching assistant do? You just be in the classroom to assist the teacher, to settle the classroom, monitor behaviors, and you can be a TA to a particular child. Maybe a child with learning disability or a child with healthcare profile. You follow that child to the classroom. You are there to help the child through his or her learning time. And from there, you can start training in a specific field. All right. Let me tell you, Nigerians are brilliant. That's why these Oyibo people fear us. Okay. They know they don't, most of their teachers, most of those people that are their principals today, some of them started their teaching career with GCSE, with WAEC. And then they start moving on, training. They do a lot of CPDs, NVQs, and then today, my vice principal academics here, all right, started working in that. She's been working in that school for over 20 years and started working in that school as a TA, as a teaching assistant. But she didn't stop developing herself. That's one thing we must learn. We must not stop developing ourselves. And as a teacher in England, you can now specialize. Some will specialize on behavior management. Some will specialize as a marker. Some will specialize as an examiner. Some will specialize as different areas, okay, that you can specialize into. And believe God is going to help us. Now, let me allow questions. I want to be sure I be able to be justice embassy. Everyone wants to be sure I'll be able to answer so many questions. Thank you. So if you have more questions, let me know.
Thank you, sir. Can I have a question?
Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you for the exposition. I really appreciate your session. It's quite expository and eye-opening. I'm a chemistry graduate. I have my PhD, I have my TRCN, and just July this year, I got my QTS. But I'm interested in teaching Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3. How do I go about it? I tried the government website. I see some offers, but I want maybe a faster route. How do I go about it, sir?
All right, thank you, Mr. Let me say this, Mr. Olukochi. If there is one of the key stage level that we must avoid is the key stage 2 private schools. All right, try avoid because the kids here, most especially the white children, they do tell a lot of lies against teachers. They put many teachers in trouble, and in the disciplinary level, whatever that child says, they won't believe them. All right. So, but if you are scared, if you are trouble, you are gentle enough, but aside that, I would be the since you need to get of chemistry, why don't you just stay with which is like GSS in Nigeria and teach purely science. And as a chemistry graduate, you apply for your QTS here, you can be given the grant. You can be given a grant to teach chemistry. But I do tell science students that most of them, the best way to get into teaching in England is a teacher of physics. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. This is the hierarchy of concentration. Physics first, mathematics, technology, right? Chemistry. They don't really take biology teacher as such. The majority of English teachers teach biology, and majority of Indians teach. And I can tell you, Indian teacher, they teach biology better than us. They teach biology better than us. So, but they have a lot of weaknesses in mathematics and then chemistry, followed by chemistry. So, since you have your TRC, the advice, contact or register your CV on, just like I've said. So register your CV and use their filter to build up your CV. So their filter to search for a chemistry teaching job with COS, certificate of sponsorship. That way, certificate of sponsorship. Or you put your CV test jobs, and chemistry teaching role with certificate of sponsorship. And then you follow through the process. If you are confused on anything, you go back to Jake's person. Happy to help you. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Wekachi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So I'll contact Jakes going forward now.
All right, thank you. Any other question, please? Moderator, is there any question?
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Scott.
Hello.
Hello. I'm listening to you, Mr. Scott. Yeah, good evening.
My name is Benovia Scott, sir, from Benin. Thank you, sir. I quite appreciate your presentation. But I'm here on behalf of my wife. She has NC in English, and she has been teaching for the past 10 years in Nine-Four Staff School. And she also has a bachelor's degree in international studies and diplomacy, sir.
Okay.
So can she apply for the teacher's route to the UK, sir?
Yeah, they don't consider what's NCE, sir. So they deal with degree. They deal with degree, not NCE. And since your wife got a degree certificate, that's right. The degree is in what field, sir?
International studies and diplomacy.
All right. What are we advise? Let's
yes,
QTS. Let's get our QTS, iQTS. Let's get
iQTS, sir.
Yeah, iQTS. Let's get our iQTS. Let her start for that iQTS. Let her be TRCN certificate. Okay.
Okay, sir. She's about to get her TRCN.
Okay, fine. And then let her put her CV or just CV, all right, in that my new tab or test job or the other link that I've sent to But the best thing you can do for her, Mr. Scott, let her come to the UK, come and study PGC or Masters in Research. Masters in Research. She come to the UK, have Masters in Research, means you and your children can come with her as a dependent, all right? And when you get here, then since Jake's Embassy by alone on our own, we can now start tailoring her towards becoming a what they call it, a qualified teacher. So iQTS. She doesn't need to bother about what you should bother is getting her a master's program. Contact you from that. I saw a question.
If she chose to come to do the PhD, can our dependent come with her?
Of course, there are universities that they grant that for you. So contact
Okay, there are a lot of dependents to come with a PGC.
They are going to Jake's Embassy.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Mrs. Adedoyi, please, before you take the floor, the CEO Jake's Embassy wants to say something.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. For Mr. Scott, I would encourage I would encourage you to consider applying for an MRES program if you want to like join your wife. MRES is Masters by Research. Do you understand? Masters by Research. A program like that gives the opportunity for you to come with your wife. If you have 10, 12, 15 kids or children, you can tag along. Do you understand?
Yeah. So, and someone said, as an ICT teacher, computer teacher, they should come over to the UK or I'm telling you, they need IT instructors. They need computer instructors. If you're you will escape some troubles. Then another subject I want to mention: if a business student, you need business management. So if you're a business management and the ICT teacher, you escape many troubles. In the sense that based on the behavior of the children, they don't experience bad behaviors because the IT teachers, most of them switch the key stage, key stage, before stage 5, and but be very vast in IT. So like all the Scratch programming, Python programming, make sure you are very vast in this class. Yeah, Mrs. Adebayo.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. Well done to the person that just spoke. I didn't really get your name. Okay, my question. I actually studied my first degree, computer science education, but I actually did a postgraduate diploma in early childhood education and care, and I have over 8 years experience in early childhood education and care. So my question is, do I also need a QTS for early childhood? My area of specialization is ages 0 to 5 years. So
Yes.
what route or what do you advise, what do you suggest? Early childhood education.
If you are teaching in the primary school, it's most suitable for women. All right, you can have patience of those children. So for the early years, you have to do your QTS. You can be a teacher, a qualified teacher here without that QTS. Or you do your PGC. If you do PGCE, you don't need to do QTS. It is not mandatory. QTS is just to say, okay, I can move from Ibadan to Lagos to go and teach. So I can move from UK to Finland, or I can move from UK to Qatar or Saudi Arabia to go and be a teacher there. That's just what the QTS offer. Did I answer your question? Hello, Mr. Adedoyin, did I answer your question?
Okay, hello, sir. I got you. I got your response. So, do I need to apply for the QTS, or I just go directly for the PGCE? Which do you suggest, or which is faster for me to come into the UK?
The fastest way, if you want to be in UK by 2025, is to come by the MSR that Jake's embassy talking about. If you come with your master's research, that can make your husband and your children to follow you here at early March 2025.
Okay. Then lastly, sir, for early childhood, is it in demand? Like you mentioned, the maths, physics, and the design and technology for early years, are they in demand?
Let me use our Nigerian language. My sister, primary school teachers are in high demand in this country. They are in so much high demand because it's an area that people should look into. But you must be extremely patient. Anything you are doing with the children, make sure it's within the zone of the camera.
Yeah,
where no child can tell any lies against you. Is that okay?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. DM.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the presentation. My question is this: as a graduate of technical education, electrical electronics option, and I've been teaching for numerous years.
You are hot cake, Mr. DM. If you can come here.
Okay, I did technical education, electrical electronics option, but I'm also versed in woodwork, metalwork, because that's part of the training.
The only thing is that when you come as design technology teacher,
yes,
they will train you, like just I said, they trained me to, because when you go, if you will open a bottle lid, you want to specialize in opening bottle lid, you must be certified. You must be you want to get certification. So, but you are not spending money on that. It's the school that train you and give you at least NVQ3 certification to do that.
Oh, my question is this now: that QTS or QTS, how am I going to get it? But I'm taking physics now. I'm taking physics, and I'm also taking electrical installation and maintenance. So because of physics also I don't know where to now run to.
Mr. Adeyemi, is that because of time, I have limited time left. What I will advise you is that you need to package your CV as a design technology teacher, electrical installation teacher, and woodwork teacher, and you mentioned something again, physics teacher. If you package your CV that way, I'm telling you, nothing less than 15, 20 schools will give you an interview.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Do I still have time?
No. I think you said.
Thank you very much, sir.
Please let us ask our own question too. Can you kindly allow us to ask our question? Please?
Okay, please, one more. Just the last question, please.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I'm a graduate and I read plant science, but I have my PGD in education. I've taught in the primary session for 10 years. In the secondary session, I am presently in the secondary session, senior school. I'm taking agric and biology in a government school. So I don't know, this normally give me issues. If I'm applying, though presently I'm applying on Indeed, I don't know maybe to go for the primary session or to go for the secondary session.
Forget about Indeed. Whoever tells you about Indeed, forget about Indeed. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You have to do your iQTS, you got to do your TRCN, and then you got to do.
I've done my TRCN.
Okay, so you do your iQTS, or you come by Masters here if you want to fast track it, and then the valued way of applying for teaching jobs with COS is to go through test jobs, minute, and the other one that is directly under the government, that if you contact Jake's Embassy, they will tell you about that.
Okay, sir.
Thank you
Then
very
for
much.
master's research, what course? The course you have been mentioning master's research.
For master's research, come with biology. Jake's Embassy will help you through that.
Biology with plant science.
Yeah, in plant science. Yeah, Jake's Embassy will help you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We appreciate your patience, your willingness to answer questions. We're impressive.
But please let me ask my question, please. Please. Please.
Time
I'm patient with
not on
everybody.
our side, please. Time is not on our side, please. But I'm giving you the benefit. I'm giving you the benefit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm Alagbesime Oluwaseun. I qualified as a QTS teacher in May this year, and I studied mathematics at first degree. My master was also mathematics in Chester University, but I'm back in Nigeria. So I've been trying to apply for jobs, teaching jobs over there, but I've not been successful. So I've made a lot of contacts. So when I came in contact with you, I was very happy, and I know some of my issue has been addressed. So, but I need direct contact so that I will discuss. Because in the earlier presentation, I made a point, but it was not read. So I think that's why I was insisting, and I was begging you to please. How do I get a job?
Yeah, Mr. Simon.
Yes, sir.
I've not met you physically, but I'm a psychologist, and I can see you. Sincerely, I can see you. Are you married? Are you married, Mr. Simon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is your wife educated? Sorry for asking personal question.
Sorry, sir.
Is your wife educated?
Yes.
All right. I will advise. Let your wife come here to do masters. Sir, Mr. Simon, you that I'm hearing your voice with the communication you have just made, you will be a very good cover supervisor.
Okay.
Or a supply teacher, and you will make much more money even than a permanent teacher.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It may be a bitter truth, but that's just it.
But my wife is a nurse, a qualified nurse.
Then what's she doing? What's she doing? So let's talk in private. Talk to Jake's Embassy.
Oh, nurse.
Yeah, okay. So talk in private. In private.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your patience and willingness to answer questions. We're impressive.
Well
really
done, sir. Well done. Well done.
Took to ensure we understood all what you said. I love the
Hello,
interactive
sir,
element
before you go, sir,
they kept me engaged, even though I was not a teacher by profession.
No more questions, please.
No more questions. Yes, no more questions.
You can just send it as a mail. We'll respond to it.
You can drop it as a mail, or you drop it on the message group, and I will be sharing a communication channel on the group now by the message that you can send your questions to. But I really appreciate Mr. Kenny. Thank you for your patience and willingness to answer questions. You're impressive. I appreciate the extra time you took to ensure we understood all what you said. I would say job well done, sir. Thank you. Your experience, your interactive element you incorporated into the webinar has kept me personally engaged and made the learning experience more enjoyable. Please, let's give him his flowers. Let's give him his flowers. Thank you, Mr. Kenny. We really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of us that are still here, yeah, your wife is a nurse. Just like Mr. Kenny said, what is she doing in Nigeria? Please, let her come to the UK. Your wife is in Nigeria, please, let her come. If you are still waiting for opportunities to come through the teaching line, you can speak to Jake's Embassy. We are all here on the floor
Hello,
to
sir.
hear
Can I use
you
my
out,
SPA to get a job in the UK?
to notify you through. Mr. Simon, please.
What's the question?
I have a MBA, sir. I'm my second degree. Can I use it to get a job in the UK?
It depends. It depends. But it depends. An MBA. What about your first degree?
My first degree is in public administration.
Wow.
It's crossing.
In fact, if I'm to advise you, I would rather encourage you to consider coming to the UK as a student. And when you get here, you'd have the opportunity of exploring several, opportunities. But sitting back in Nigeria with your MBA and hoping that you'd use that to like get a job, you might spend several months, or if possible, beyond spending several months, even years, applying without getting any positive feedback. So the fastest way to accomplish this is for you to like find your way and just come to the UK.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Please, can you talk more about the masters? Masters in research.
Hello, everyone. We are against our time. We are against
Please
our
let me
time.
quickly address this question,
Okay.
and I think that will be the last. For masters in research, if you are to apply for a master's in research program or by research program, you need a first degree, at least a 2-2 in any discipline. A 2-2, that's the first one. Second thing is you need to write a research proposal. But if you don't know how to write one, all you need to do is just to contact Jake's Embassy Limited, and our lawyer will do justice to that. At the moment, there's a school that we are recruiting for. The tuition fee for 2 years is 17,500, and that makes it to be about 8,500 per year. And once you get the admission, you'll be told to pay £4,000 as your initial deposit. After paying, then you come for interview, you attend an interview. After that, you'll be given your task to apply for a visa. So that is how to go about applying for a master's by research program. And I would encourage you, if you are planning to come with your family and family as in your husband, your kids, it is advisable to use that route. Because if you are to apply for a regular master's program, you won't be given the opportunity to come with your dependents. I hope that is clear.
Thank you very much, Jake's Embassy.
Hello, sir. You talked about payment of 4,000 naira before receiving cash. What about the payments? How will I put this? When you get the payment plan for the remaining fee.
Okay.
Payment or remaining?
The payment plan for the remaining fee.
The remaining payment, the outstanding payment, right?
Yes, the outstanding payment.
Okay, you would have at least for the first year, there's a need for you to balance the outstanding 4,500. Then when you commence the program, as in the second year, then you also need to pay the first one and you pay the second one. So you would have the opportunity of, spending the money within, let's say, 6 months.
I'm sorry for this question. After paying the 4,000 naira, there are some school, immediately you get there, you will make another payment.
Yeah.
After how many months do you make the next payment? Payment on enrollment. Thanks.
Yeah. As you rightly said, there are some schools, so it is not all the schools. Some schools will give you the opportunity of paying before the end of that semester. In fact, I know a school that we recruited for, and they did theirs in such a way that they give international students the opportunity to pay on a monthly basis, £1,000, £1,000, and that was how most of our students, were able to complete their payments.
I need such link.
There's no problem. You just send a mail to Jake's Embassy Limited, and we'll take it off from there. And I don't know if Mr. Kenny is still there. Although I did plan to say this before coming to the UK. Yes, we've done this for about 10 years. We've brought about 8 867, international students, and yeah, to the UK, US, Canada, just name the country. We've done that. Before I decided to relocate to the UK, he came before me, and I told her, sir, this and that. So one of the things that I benefited before coming was to like ask him questions. And immediately I got to the UK, the first thing I did, despite the fact that I didn't study I don't have a degree in education, but because of the counsel and the advice I got, I'm sure this is the first time I'll be saying this to him. Because of the things he told me back then, I came in and I got the first offers. I think in a nursery school. I spent some time there. After that, I went to a primary school. After primary school, to a secondary school, and now a college. Though I am not a qualified teacher like Mr. Kenny. So the thing is this: if you're ready to like go through this route, you are at least will give you the assurance that we will give you all the necessary support to make it a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will not be entertaining more questions.
Please just send us a mail. Send us a mail. We'll respond to it.
Send us a mail at Jake's Embassy. We'll respond to it. Thank you very much for all the attendees. Just like Jake's Embassy said, that you can still teach in some schools without QTS. Yes. You can still teach in some schools. So a round of applause for Mr. Kenny. Mr. Kenny's section has been so insightful, so enlightening, exceptional. I was glued to the screen all through his section, and the way he was answering the questions were amazing and impressive. Let's also flower. Bringing up this teacher's webinar, it is not easy to engage in things like this. The teacher's webinar, it has been an eye-opener for some of us to the UK to study and to teach as well, just like being a QTS, iQTS, TLCN in Nigeria, coming over to the UK. So our flowers also for Jake's Embassy. We say thank you, Jake's Embassy, for bringing this together. It is one of a kind. It is rare for us to have. And also, this section we had today is recorded and it is on the YouTube currently. You can step by to watch again at the YouTube. I'll be sending the link to the message group. You can watch again for more clarity and for more direction. You can also reach us to us in our email. Our email is not even something to rack your brain about, at info@jakesembassy.com. You can reach us at info@jakesembassy.com. Send your messages. We will respond to you. Send your emails. We are here to respond to you. We are sending you through the word, through the mind. Do you hear me?
Hello, Mr. Komolafe.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you give your phone number, or the office phone number, to people here, so that, because many people are asking for Jake's Embassy's number?
Okay.
Maybe I should just respond to that. So
yes, sir, you can have the floor. You can have the floor, sir.
Okay. The office number in Nigeria is +234 80 83 73 92.
Again, sir.
Complete. Please, I don't want to make mistake because it's been long I left. But I'm sure it's +234.
You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. +234.
80
yes
83
9204.
Yes, that should be the number. 93 Yeah.
Okay,
that's the number. Fantastic. Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Oladele. I'm also trying to, you can reach us via the number.
The number again. Please say the number again.
It's at the message. Check your message. Check the message of the in-call message. You'll see the number there. Thank you very much, Jake's Embassy. We truly appreciate this opportunity given to us to learn the intricacies of how we can go about how do we teach in the UK. Just like the link I posted to the in-call message for the WhatsApp channel, we have some ebooks we sent to the WhatsApp channel for you to explain more of what we've just had this section. We can't, if we have a lot of questions, we'll continue to ask questions, and we even exhaust the time, and we'll be here till, because it's an interactive section. So I just want to thank you all for attending. I want to thank you all for your patience. I want to thank you all because it has been a fantastic session. I want to express our gratitude to our speakers, from Mrs. Adebukola to Mr. Kenny. They are showing their knowledge and their insights. And thank you everyone who joined us today. Your participation, your questions made this webinar truly engaging. I would like to especially a special thank you for Jakes Embassy for bringing this up. We say job well done. So before we go, do not forget, check out on our WhatsApp channel, check out on our email, on our WhatsApp channel, which was, the link was posted to the group, and check us out on our website. Upcoming webinars and events will be posted on our channels and our website and all. If you'd like to learn more about this, you can reach out to us via the phone number or via the email. And we say thank you again for your time, for your attention. We appreciate your interest in this. And we are thanking you for being part of the webinar community. We look forward to connecting to you soon again. We say good night and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
A round of applause. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. As you exit, I'm clapping. You're welcome. You're welcome. You made this truly engaging. It's our pleasure to host you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kristen, thank you. Kristen, thank you. Ngozi, thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Adeleye, thank you. Wisdom, thank you. Adeshola, thank you. Roma Christmas, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing having you joining us. We look forward in connecting with you. Henry Ayodele, thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm clapping for you. You are the real MVPs here. Thank you. Thank you. Henry Uzo Azo, thank you. Thank you. Kristen, thank you. Adelaya Taiwo, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tolulope, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tolulope, thank you. Esther, thank you. Ngozi, thank you. You're welcome. Oluwasheye, thank you. Funke, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are the real LVPs. ADBC, thank you. Funke Ojo, I can see you. Ofo, thank you. Runke, thank you. You're welcome. Monica Benson, thank you. It's been such a nice time with you guys. We really just appreciate it. Thanks for being the part of our webinar community. We look forward to connecting with you. Don't forget, our WhatsApp channel link is on the in-call message. Please join for more updates about Jakes Embassies, about offers, about teachers, how to teach. We'll say thank you. We say thank you. Look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. This webinar is ended. It has closed for the day. We are saying thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As you exit the call, thank you for joining us. We still have 10 other people remaining. Thank you. 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 We are still counting down to 8. We are counting down to 8. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As we count down to the last person, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome. You are the real MVPs. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can see you. Thank you. Rosaline, I can see you. Thank you. Wisdom, Eunice, I can see you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. See you again next time. Next, guys. Keep on hang on with us, Jake's Embassy, via the WhatsApp channel and via the website. Thank you. Bye.